Boom. What's up, everyone? Mark Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Man, I know. We're all tired of hearing about the Jeff Nippard, Mike Van Wyck thing. But here's the thing. When you have a huge issue happen, a bunch of micro issues come from that issue. So you get to judge a lot of people by how they react to certain situations. And in this situation, you're seeing a lot of interesting stuff, which allows us to kind of delve into the industry as a whole and the psychological perspective from a lot of fitness influencers. I personally had no idea who Wes Walker is before I saw John Bravo's video. I don't get him on my algorithm on Instagram. I don't know who he is. I don't know what he does, but he appears to be a very large tattooed guy, which appears to be in vogue right now. I'm not going to lie. I'm thinking of shaving my head, getting tattoos all over it, and just having a go at it. But with that being said, there was some interesting stuff coming up. One is the resurgence of gangsta YouTube. That's right, gangsta YouTube. Now, you had the situation where Big Boy had a knife pulled on him in a hotel by another influencer, a guy who, Stacks. I actually really like Stacks. I really like his content. I think he's fascinating. I like the guy. Pulling a knife, not my choice, right? But I whatever, right? That almost looked staged to me. I'm not saying it was staged, but it looked staged because they both got clout out of it, right? They both got engagement. They both got views, whatever. Then you had before that, big tough guy, Cali Muscle, who's from the streets. I'm from prison. I'm from the streets. Cali Muscle pulling a knife on a guy in front of Gold's Gym. So you have the resurgence of gangsta YouTube. In my opinion, the only one on YouTube who can actually speak on gangsta stuff is Mac Truck. Mac Truck is about that life. The greatest, one of my best friends. I love the guy. But if there's anyone who can speak on real ish, it's Mac Truck. He's about that life. He's from that life. Hell, based on these guys and where they come from, I could probably speak on it more than them. But we don't want to get into how gangsta Mark Lobliner is. At the end of the day, I'm sitting on a hill in Brentwood, Tennessee. I'm a pussy. I do not want to fight anybody. All I want to do is work and raise my children. With that being said, I love John Bravo. I'm watching his videos. I'm getting a lot of information from him. If you guys don't follow John Bravo, I want you to follow him now. He's a great guy. We had our differences in the beginning, right? But when I was in Arizona, I was actually going to my phase 3 Exos. I reached out and I'm like, hey, John, you know what? We've had our differences in the past. I'm in Arizona. And usually people say no. People do not want to meet people in person. There are a lot of internet gangsters, right? And John said some really disparaging things about me, in my opinion. I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's hash it all out. There's a Texas Roadhouse by where I'm at. Would you like to go grab some low-priced yet high-quality steak? And he's like, absolutely. We met up, really got along. It was a great time. We hashed it out. We bro-hugged on the way out. John is a real-ass dude. So John does this video on Wes, which led to another video that I'm not even going to get into, where Wes literally wants to beat him up. Guys, I know we might have done our dirt in the past, right? I'm not saying I did dirt, but you might have done dirt in the past. But bros, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, my brother in Christ, you're 40. Settle down. You're not a gangsta. You live in a mansion or rent a mansion or whatever in Miami. Just calm down. Don't risk going to jail and stop trying to be about that life. But I thought this was a fascinating video with Wes's take on the situation with Jeff Nippard and Mike Van Wyck. Let's pull this up right now. There's John. What a good looking man. He looks that good in person. His hair is always perfect. Always perfect.
So you guys, there's a video online going around of some monster fool pushing some keyboard warrior princess little punk.
So basically what he's saying, that was the intro. I'm sorry.
Because he thinks it's going to make him look cooler, right? But then he starts selling these bullshit programs to thousands of people that don't do shit. And those
Here's the
programs
entire clip.
lying to people, this asshole.
How'd we meet? She was walking her dog by
That's
this
his background
restaurant
stuff.
over
That's what he
by
said about Jeff.
Cipriani.
Hold on. I
She
thought
walked
that
by
was
with
the
her dog, and I
cue.
jumped up out of the table.
Some
My
of my
homie goes,
videos.
"Oh, that one's your style. That's a hot one."
So basically,
She's
what
wearing like a
John's
pink
saying is
workout
this
outfit.
dude's a complete
So I
fake.
jumped up off the
He's a
table where we were
liar.
eating. I ran
Whatever,
over and I
not my
said, "What's
problem.
up? What are you doing? What's your name?"
Here we go.
I can't believe my ears.
So you guys, there's a video online going around of some monster ass fool pushing some keyboard warrior princess little punk bitch by his neck because he saw him in person. I guess the guy heckles the big guy online or something, and when he seen him in person,
He didn't heckle him online. Guys, for the 15th time, all Jeff did is he said, hey, I think you were referring to me about the keyboard warrior stuff, about the whole science guy stuff, but I've actually done some cool stuff. I've won powerlifting meets. I'm a natural pro bodybuilder. He wasn't attacking him. He didn't even mention him by name.
he pushed him by his neck. You pussies are in the comments going, he should press charges.
He should press charges. It's assault. It's assault, guys. It's assault. I'm pressing charges. You don't just go push somebody in the neck. I'm sorry. Yeah, I might throw a punch back if I feel I should, but I'm still going to press charges because you punched somebody in the neck.
No, he should get pushed by the neck and then get his head stepped on. And
so stepping on someone's head, I don't know if you guys know this, but that can kill you. Curb stomping people, that is attempted murder, dude. Like, dude, are you still about that life? Like, come on, dude. Like, really? You should get stomped. This whole fucking YouTube gangster shit is so weird.
And everybody else should say, good bitch. Don't talk shit to a monster if you're a little peon pussy.
So Jeff didn't talk shit. He simply said, here's what I've done. That's not talking shit. That is called debate. Oh, these guys don't do shit is what Mike said. Jeff's like, actually, I do a ton of shit.
You guys need to know your fucking place before you get put in it. Some people don't give a fuck about the consequences. That's the thing about.
So I know there's a lot of videos of this man with women. Is he like this with his women? Like, seriously. Like, if you're that violent of a person that if someone disagrees with you, you should push them by the neck and curb stomp them? If I was one of these escorts, as John says, chamutas, I don't know, I don't speak that language. I'd be scared for my life. This guy seems completely unstable, but I think it's all an act. I don't think these guys are like this in real life. I just don't think they are.
Life. You can do anything you want if you don't give a fuck about the consequences. And a lot.
So you should care about the consequences. Look, man, sometimes I get really upset and I'm like, man, I would really like to punch that guy who cut me off on the road. But then I just calm down. I keep listening to my podcast and I drive right on because consequences suck. Going to jail sucks. And something tells me this guy's been to jail. He probably doesn't want to go back. He's driving in his Bentley. He's got his perfectly groomed beard. Like, that is a beautiful beard. He's got his perfectly shaven head. I mean, that shit's bolder than a penis. And you're telling me, because you don't grow hair on the head of your penis. If you do, that's weird. You're telling me that you want to suffer consequences for a moment of rage? Come on.
A lot of you pussies who are online talking shit are going to catch a big old monster.
So here's the deal. I've been doing this a long time. And people have threatened to beat me up. Not once has a big old monster come up to me. And if they did, it is what it is, right? But why should people live in fear of other people monsters That's right. This is some fucking sociopathic shit right here. Like, if this, I hope to God that this is an act. Because this is some sociopathic shit. Like, this is some mental institution shit right here. Seriously? You might run into a monster. It's like, what the fuck, dude? You're 40. Stop it. Jesus Christ.
On the wrong day. That was nothing. You think that's something to talk about? That's nothing.
So now we're in this big dick contest of who's more gangster than the next guy. So being a completely unhinged maniac who attacks people for what they say, who has no control of their emotions, intellect over emotions. Clearly what we see here is a lack of intellect and a lot of emotions. But I'm not saying that's the real him. I'm saying that's his social media persona, because none of you motherfuckers are real. Nobody's fucking real. Everybody's putting on this front, right? Like, oh, I'm a big bad gangster. Ooh. Just going to prison is not a flex, guys. It means you were dumb enough to get caught. Don't do that. Don't flex on going to prison. That's not a good thing. That's nothing to be proud of. That is top tier level retardation. I've never been to prison, but I've done shit that was against the law when I was younger. You know why I didn't go to prison? Because I'm not dumb enough to get caught. Jesus, Christopher Columbus.
Okay?
All right, John, I see you trying to get that sponsor money. I ain't mad at you. Oh, here we go. Oh, shit, there's more.
I was in the penitentiary for 10 years.
Well, I was in jail for 10 years. Did you put that on your fucking LinkedIn profile? Is that something to brag about? I was in prison? What the fuck, dude? You're rich. You're driving a Bentley. You've overcome. You've done great things. Okay, you did shit in the past. Guess what? Kamala Harris was allegedly an escort. She could be next president of the United States. You don't hear her go, yeah, well, I was sucking Willie Brown's penis to move up in the world. No, she moved on. Now she might become the president. Now, I'm not saying you suck dick in prison. I'm saying it's a parallel. It's not an intersection. I know those are big terms, but parallel would be two things that lead in the same direction. An intersection would be Kamala Harris might have allegedly given fellatio to move up the ladder. Going to prison, people in prison are known to partake in homosexual activities. What I'm saying is you both arrived at the same place, right? Success. That doesn't mean you both had to fellate Willie Brown.
Watching people get their heads sawed off. Watching motherfuckers get splatted. You can't even just normally fight in most places. You have to cut the motherfucker up.
So now we're bragging about seeing atrocities. Wow. Wow, that's awesome. That's like coming back from Operation Desert Storm. Like, yeah, man, I have PTSD. I'm going through some real shit, like terrible shit. But let me brag on this. Like, I saw people blown up. Okay. Go to therapy. Go to counseling. Get a fucking dog.
You guys are so soft. It's disgusting.
You know what's soft? Driving a Bentley. That's soft. Why don't you drive a 1988 Toyota Celica? That would be roughing it. You'd be a motherfucking roughneck. You'd be like LL fucking Cool J in the 90s. Gotta watch out, gotta get a roughneck. Hey.
So what do you guys think about what this asshole had to say?
I love how John calls everyone assholes. You know how many times that man's called me an asshole? But when confronted by Joey Stacks, I really like Joey.
Man, get bullied and beat up, right? But
Watch
remember how my friends, Eric Konepski, Joey Stacks, Tanner, they went up to Mike, and he didn't want any part of it. If somebody comes up to you that's your size or bigger, are you still going to talk all this same shit? Or are you going to run away like a little bitch?
A lot of people are in the comments going, he wasn't heckling him. It was a normal debate. The little bitch boy knows he's trying to get under the skin of the monster. Don't push the motherfucker's buttons. And if you shouldn't even been in arm's distance of that beast-ass motherfucker.
So, look, I did a video on Jeff could have just not walked towards him. But what society are these guys promoting where you can't walk towards somebody? I understand if he walked towards him with a weapon, or maybe he's like in a fucking kung fu stance. Come on, dude.
You shouldn't even have been in arm's distance of him unless you were trying to start a problem. There's no way you were even that close.
So I figured it out. If you get a lot of tattoos, you're automatically a gangster hardcore motherfucker, which is why I'm going to get a lot of tattoos, because I don't think y'all take me seriously.
Unless you were provoking him. It doesn't matter. He didn't come attack you. You were standing there confronting him like you wanted some business, and you didn't. You should.
So Jeff never showed any aggression in that video, by the way. I'm not going to play it again. I'm over it too. But this guy is a fascinating study in humans, a fascinating study in social media persona. I mean, look at this guy. He's got the tats. He's got the shaved head. He's got the beard. This is like a caricature from American History X.
Should have left the fucking gym and known you were too big of a bitch and you were going to call the cops.
This is really tough stuff, guys. This is the most alpha I've ever seen a male. This is like Doug Emhoff level shit. Like Kamala's husband. Like this is alpha male. This guy's so alpha, I guarantee you he's voting for Kamala. In fact, I think he has white dudes for Harris.
You should have left, bitch, because you know you're a cop calling, bitch.
Yeah, you call the cops when people assault you. That's what you do. That's the real world, my man. That's how it works when you're not 15 years old. Bro, I don't know how old you are, but I'm guessing 39, 40, 35 max.
And that guy's going to mangle you. This is what's wrong with society. Passive-aggressive pussies who push the buttons of beast motherfuckers and then go run.
You know what? When I was thinking this morning, I'm like, you know what? What's wrong with society? How can society get better? I wasn't thinking about more father involvement in the household. I wasn't thinking about social programs. I wasn't thinking about ending the Fed or lowering taxes, easing restrictions on businesses. I was thinking about, well, you know what's wrong with society is passive-aggressive motherfuckers poking monsters. If we could simply end passive-aggressive motherfuckers basically poking monsters, imagine how good society would be. He just cured everything. Trump, Kamala, I'm not voting for either of them. I'm whiting in this West guy. He obviously knows what he's talking about. He has a bald head and tattoos and a beard, a really good beard. Not as good as my beard. I think my beard's awesome. It's a fucking great beard though. We both got the little like grays coming in looking distinguished and shit. He's fucking good looking man. Good looking man.
Run into the police.
Guys,
But I've actually kept more of my hairline than he has, thank God. I know you guys are exhausted by this topic as well, but it's what YouTube wants to see. Hey, before we get to chat, I'm going to play an ad, then we'll get to your chat. By the way, like this video, subscribe to this channel, click on notification bell. If you are live, go to the chat. We're answering all of them today. Right bar is back in stock. So here's what we did. As you know, the bar is the best when it's the freshest. So what we did, we ran out of all inventory and we are bringing them back. 3 to 4 bar flavors at a time, week after week after week after week. If you go to the Outright Bar page on tigerfitness.com, it has the dates listed to when your favorite Outright Bar is back in stock. So go to tigerfitness.com now and stock up on your favorite Outright Bar. All right, we're back. Chats, let's go. From Ryan, Tyler VO. Dang shame I like Wes. Although Jeff seemed to go out of his way to poke the bear, he didn't deserve to be attacked. I don't know who Wes is, so I'm coming in as an objective third party. Oh, by the way, morning, Mark. Good morning to you too, my man. From Ben, I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Wes Watson in a punk. I can't. Wes gets his cheeks busted in prison. Okay. From Dave FXX, don't do that. They look like clowns. From Nacho Libre, get that corn out of my face. I love reading comments, all of them. From Dave XFXX, Mark is the real deal. I'm just a coach, man. I like coaching kids. From Ryan Tyler again, Wes did go to prison, but there are people who dispute Wes's stories about prison life, etc. From Chris Castillo, I heard a dude his size or a bit smaller tried Wes and he did absolutely nothing. Yes, that happened. That was Stacks. From Dave FXX, you got to see John's new video and Wes gets punked in the gym by a trainer and then goes and cries to the gym owner. From Nacho Libre again, Wes touched me in my swimsuit area. From Mike 584, yes, it is assault. I just heard about this weather guy and I already have zero respect for him. Some tough guy is. I'm guessing you're saying Wes, but spell check. Yes, you did mean to say this Wes guy. I agree, dude, too much drama. But if you look at my views, it's on the drama videos. So what people want, people get. From Aso Smash, no idea why women fall in love with the worst society like these assholes. They just love them. Later on, they'll be saying all men are shit when they get beaten by these men, aka assholes. I will say that the potential first husband of the country, and it hasn't been disproven, it seems to be acceptable, which is crazy, right? Like Chris Brown beat the shit out of Rihanna. He still got a career. It should not be acceptable to hit women, period. From Dave XX, I agree, Mark. This dude seems unhinged. Who thinks like this guy? People buying his programs, obviously. He's making money somewhere. From Dave Lance, this is the grossest, ugliest mentality in this white thug world. Wild thug world runs on this everybody leaning on whoever they can and constantly having to act tough to keep other thugs from leaning on them. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds good. From Bal Corin, Watson, a snitch. Check out Prison POV's video on Nick Roback, where he proves how one of Wes's videos got another man Wes did time with more prison time. Wes enjoys a footlong on the daily. Chris Castillo, yes, that's his calling. That's what his content is all about. I did 10 years in prison. I'm light years ahead of everyone. I drive a Bentley and live in a mansion after 5 years of being out. I would like to say, I drive a GMC Yukon, and I live in a very nice house in Brentwood, Tennessee. And I've never been to prison, and I hope never to go. I think he's attracted to big monsters. To me, gap tooth gains. Your names, guys. You fucking trip me out. You should get Mike Tyson tiger tattoo over the eye. From Aso Smash, isn't Wes Watson behavior considered a crime, like promoting violence? I think he should be. I don't think it's incitement because I know incitement. I took that class in college. He didn't actually call for a direct act. So, for example, in college, we actually remember Ice-T had a song, Cop Killer. So he sang it in Seattle, Washington. And he said, tonight in Seattle, Washington, we're going to get even at the end. And we had to dissect whether that was incitement. And I believe we said it's questionable, but at the end of the day, we didn't believe it would be ruled incitement. Even though he stated a place, he didn't state an actual time. From Cult Hero, bullies are tough against much smaller guys. Our cowards are scared shitless against bigger guys. Yeah. From Wes Carson, Wes Watson, the throat goat of Cell Block 9. Guys like Wes scratch and pull hair instead of knuckle up. LOL, dude's a pussy. I've been a fan and follower from Top Gun since 2012. I'm not really into this drama. Want to say thanks for starting at it. Also, Tiger Fitness, still the best supplement website in the world. Thank you, my friend. Please go there now. Support. If I had outright bars, I wouldn't be eating my kids' Halloween candy. Well, good news is they're in stock now. Women these days want to get hit by tough guys. Just look at the Olympics. Oh my God, marvelous captain. Wes is a good-looking guy, has a great build. I agree, Nicholas. A good-looking guy. From CBBC, Mike got kicked out of Pure Muscle and Snowflakes. Wes is a good-looking guy, great build, have no reason to be mad. Now, I'd be happy if I looked like him. Anyway, guys, that's the live for the day. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Be sure to smash that like button, click on the notification bell after you subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Leaving you with an ad just in case you missed the first time. And have a great weekend, guys. I'll probably see you tomorrow. I'm Mark Lobai, and that's not a game. The outright bar is back in stock. So here's what we did. As you know, the bar is the best when it's the freshest. So what we did, we ran out of all inventory and we are bringing them back. 3 to 4 bar flavors at a time, week after week after week after week. If you go to the outright bar page on tigerfitness.com, it has the dates listed to when your favorite outright bar is back in stock. So go to tigerfitness.com now and stock up on your favorite outright bar.